Hello everyone, and welcome back to another The Most Forbidden Love in the World video. Last time, Rinko has finally unfriended Mitoko, and Mitoko has finally declared war on Asami for Osamu's love. So, enough wasting time. Let's continue on with, I don't really remember, but let's just continue. Okay, dot. Alright, sad music's playing. Oh yeah, about the grades, okay. Okay, now I'm remembering. Yeah. The next day during my designated tutoring hour, Toko made a weak smile. I was the one who contacted her, actually. Toko? Toko folded her arms above the kotatsu table and cast her gaze downwards, once again preventing me from reading her expression. I had no idea what she was trying to say. A little? Her average score of 90 from 2 months ago had suddenly fallen below 60, causing her to plummet from the top and placing her way behind the rest of the class. Can't believe you, Mitoko. Right. They went well, same as usual. Now that I thought about it, she wasn't looking into my eyes back then, was she? You don't need to apologize. I just want to know why. How did this happen? You were the very best in your class at the end of the second term, right? Your math grades were getting better and better too. Asami put extra effort into teaching her that subject, especially after feeling indebted to her from the month she spent living here. As a result, she got 92 points on her final test. It was apparently the first time in her life she ever exceeded 90 for math. We pretty much danced from joy that day. Holding? What in? Toko. Why was she making such a sad smile? Is it anxiety? Are you nervous about the exams? What do you mean, different? I highly doubt it. Then, what about the exams and the interview next week? Do you think you'll be able to solve this issue by then? She's not sure. Toko? Fidgeting, she folded her arms again and looked up into my eyes, seemingly eager to say something. Her normal firm refusal to rely on others was nowhere to be seen in her gaze now. This was the face of someone wanting to share all of her worries and insecurities with another. She wanted someone to relieve her of her burden. What do you want me to do? More specifically, that certain someone was the man talking to her right now. Displaying little to no hesitation, she took the hand I extended towards her with both of hers. What are you getting at, Mitoko? And held it so tightly that her nails dug into my flesh. I've said this before, if it's something within my power, just say it, Mitoko. Just come on, just come out and say it, please. She pulled my hands closer to her chest, exhaling a mouthful of air at it. By the time I sensed that almost burning sensation at my skin, it was too late for me to escape her hold. Is that all you wanted? All you wanted was a hug? Well, of course. Osamu hugger. ... Toko. I reflexively pulled my hand back, distancing myself from the kotatsu table. What are you doing, Osamu? The tea spilling out of the cup I knocked over seeped into the kotatsu fabric, but I was in no state to look for a rag. Yeah, stop being weird, Osamu. Toko seemed like she had predicted my reaction. She fixed her gaze on me, her eyes betraying no hint of shock. Toko no longer averted her gaze from mine, and her meek attitude vanished like it was never there to begin with. Instead, she now looked at me with eyes brimming with determination. In other words, there was no way this could have been a joke or some sort of prank on her part. Of course I still like you. You can do whatever you want. But why? Are you scared? Or hurt? Or lonely? What's making you suddenly feel this way? In my sheer confusion, I almost started babbling. Meanwhile, I kept taking steps backwards to put some more distance between myself and Toko. My back touched the door. All I could do now was slide upwards against it. Is there anything else I could do? I'm not saying I'll hate the idea, but instead, the very notion appeared to light a fire in me, making me even more uncertain and scared, and somewhat expectant. I'm sorry, expectant. Whatever. A kiss? Where? It depends where, Mirako. There was no way I could have imagined this, Asami. Okay. That's quite of you there, Mirako. What are you apologizing for? With the hard wooden frame blocking my route of escape, Toko pressed her soft body against my chest. Despite her words, she refused to move even an inch away from me. You're not a bother. There's no way you could be. But, Toko. Her gaze bore into me, unwavering. Desperate to close the distance, she pressed her hands against my shoulders, trying to rise as high as her tiptoes would allow. I thought I was your guardian. I had to protect and support her regardless of the circumstances. Toko understood herself. That was why she let me stay here, scolded me for my shortcomings, and, most importantly, loved me for who I was. Okay, she's just going to straight up and say it to him. Alright, I was not expecting her to beat around the bush. And with those words, something that stood on its final legs had now crumbled away. Oh, I love you too, Toko, but that's... I'm your guardian. I need to look after you. I already said I love you too, but it's not like that, okay? Toko! Well, this is certainly a way to start the video off. Okay. Before I knew it, her eyes were filled with tears. Oh man, I wonder if I'm gonna be hit with a choice to accept that to kiss her or not. Probably. I'm maybe like 25%. Toka herself seemed unable to contain her emotions. The tears welling in her eyes made her hesitate for a moment. She buried her face in my chest in an attempt to dry them. But the tears would not stop, and all she did was completely soak my shirt. You shouldn't choose me. Look at me. I'm just a pathetic old man.
おじさんでも情けなくてもおさむくんだもん。私の好きな大好きなおさむくんなんだもん。
That's not much of a reason, Toko. My teeth began to chatter. My extended arms could escape no further. My eyes were fixed on the ceiling, unable to look down at her.
頼りないおさむくんが好き。優しい嘘をつくおさむくんが好き。一生懸命私を守ってくれるおさむくんが大好き。
Otherwise, I would have found myself lost in her tear-soaked eyes.
ガヤさんに取られそうになって辛かった。ヒミオさんに取られそうになって
Miyako,
になった。
don't even bring up Himeo. I don't even know why Osamu didn't even choose Himeo. I don't know why he's going with Asami, alright? Don't even bring her up. Don't even bring her name up. I'm still fuming about that. One happened during the summer, the other in autumn. Both were the memories of a distant past. Back when I still called her Mutiko. Back when looking at her still wouldn't make my heart ache this much.
先生に取り返されてめちゃめちゃ泣いた。私が仕向けたことなのに悲しくて悲しくて何もかも手につかなくなっちゃった。
And now, she reached the day of Christmas Eve, the period immediately preceding her year-end examinations. In other words, everything was my fault.
だからおさむくんお願い私にもう一度だけ
Another
チャンス
chance?
をください。
What other chance? Toko,
おさむくんが抱きしめてくれたら私安心できる。おさむくんがキスしてくれたら私頑張れる。よし。
the way she was now resembled me. Unable to contain the emotions raging in her chest, she sought help from the only person she knew that would soothe them. Actually, that wasn't entirely true, Toko. Toko's emotions were far more pure and honest than any of mine. I was the one who triggered them, and she came straight to me. Toko was the one who triggered mine, but I ran to Asami instead.
あなたって最低だな。
Asami was right. I felt like the most wretched man in existence.
ずるいよおさむくん。
Toko had it right, too. I was not playing fair.
おさむくんが取っちゃったらさ私何もできないじゃん。
I'm sorry. Toko's legs began to tremble from exhaustion.
どれだけ背伸びしても全然届かないよ。なんでこんなに背が高いのよ。
Yeah, it's a good thing Osamu's tall, or else she would have probably already kissed him by now. I'm sorry, Toko. She stood on the very tips of her toes, doing everything she possibly can to reach me, but
私はね、おさむくんがかがんでくれなければキスもできない女の子なんだよ。
I know. As my momentary paralysis slowly abated, I placed my palms on Toko's cheeks. I wiped her tears with my thumbs, unveiling the face of a desperate girl. Yes, a girl. Incredibly beautiful and cute beyond words, someone I loved beyond any shadow of a doubt. Close your eyes. Her eyes were already closed, Osamu. As she did, the tears in her eyes trickled down to the ground. What you doing, Osamu? I could see her adorable face from close up, closer than ever before, feeling as though my heart could burst from my chest at any second. I pressed my lips against hers. Oh my god, Osamu! Holy shit! Oh my hi. Okay. I'm just gonna keep going. What am I being forced to listen right now? I don't even know if this is safe to keep the audio for YouTube. After a moment that felt like it lasted an eternity, I drew away and returned her back to her feet. Toko regarded me with misty but somewhat indignant eyes.
ひどいよ。
I'm sorry. I knew the reason for her anger.
私のファーストキスなのに、まだ子供扱い。
Do not say that, Minako. Do not say that. Please don't. I slid my hands under her armpits and lifted her up to my height. As her feet left the ground, Toko spent the eternity of her kiss kicking the air. It seemed like her body couldn't keep up with her determination.
あんなんじゃ納得できないよ。もっときちんとしてくれなくちゃ嫌だよ。
But you say you wanted me to hug you.
そっちは立ったままじゃないよ。
I thought so.
やり直し、やり直し。抱っこして、キスして。ねえ、おさむくん。
Upset by the fact that my gesture made her feel like a child, Toko began throwing a childish tantrum. However, then, come over here, Toko, accepted her without trying either chide or to stop her.
おさむくん。
Toko jumped into my embrace without a moment's hesitation. I wrapped my arms around that light body of hers and slowly slid down towards the ground with my back against the door.
おさむくん。おさむくん。
Toko. I couldn't believe this. I had finally understood with crystal clear clarity exactly what tormented me over the course of these past few weeks. The same things that led me to seek solace with Asami forced my heart to race faster than ever before and made my chest ache as though I had been stabbed.
嬉しい。嬉しいよ、おさむくん。
I was in love with Toko. Alright. Okay, we are getting some sounds. That's just great. That's just great, you know. I mean, the CG's good. I don't know if I can YouTube would allow that. I'll just censor it just to be safe. I don't really want to do this. Toko was on top of me, with her arms desperately clinging to my neck. Her trembling petite frame felt so fragile, I feared it could vanish into nothingness if I held her any tighter. It was just her heart that began to race faster as I touched her. Oh my. Toko. My saliva on her tiny pink lips glimmered in the fluorescent light. The steamy breaths she heaved, the way her eyes still glistened with the traces of tears, they all stimulated me beyond any description.
ごめん。ごめんね、おさむくん。おさむくん、先生いるのに。私さ。
That's not for you to worry about.
でもおさむくん、本当は辛いでしょ。先生裏切って悲しいんだよね。
Still, you're the one I love.
ごめん先生。私さ、すごく嬉しいよ。ひどいよね。こんな風に思っちゃうなんてさ。
It's okay. You don't need to cry anymore. I want you to close your eyes again.
おさむくん。おさむくん。
No, Sabu, please. Oh no. Why am I being forced to listen to this? I caught the tears that trickled from her eyes with my lips, pressing them against hers in the same motion. All we did so far was press our lips together, yet each kiss we shared sent shivers down Toko's spine. It made me wonder what would happen if I used my tongue. No, Samu, stop using tongue, bro. Please, man. Samu. You know how much I'm gonna have to censor that audio now? Just for that move, Osamu. Toko.
私、おさむくん、無理やり。
I'm the one who should be apologizing for everything, I guess. I'm not entirely sure how to put it. Toko might have been the one to approach me, but as an adult, I was the one responsible for accepting her advances. It was truly a forbidden act. Still, I was certainly blind to her feelings up until now. In that sense, I betrayed her on 2 levels, and right now, I was betraying both Toko and Asami.
ねえ、おさむくん。
Toko, with her lips still moist from our saliva, gazed at me with passionate, blissful eyes.
おさむくんは、私のために、かがんでくれたんだよね。私、
Toko, I can't even kiss you unless you lay down. I could not reject her. Instead, I had completely lost myself and ended up kissing her. I licked off the saliva that spilled over from her lips, tasting it with almost savage excitement. I was completely absorbed by her.
ねえ、おさむくん。私に命令。
An order? え?
もし落ちたら、私を捨てるって脅して。
Sheesh, I don't know. I think she's got quite a kink there. I'm not sure. I don't even. I'm just gonna stop talking. Toko, however, still unaccustomed to the relationships of a man and a woman, thought she was in an inferior position here. What are you saying? I could never.
そしたら私、死ぬ気で頑張るよ。おさむくんに好きでいてもらえるよう頑張るから。おさむくん、好き。もっと、一緒に、今だけでも私と一緒に。
You know, I just realized, are they alone in this house? Cause I'm pretty sure there's like 4 people that I can name that could probably be listening to this right now. So I don't know. Toko. Yep, that's tongue action I'm hearing. I can hear it in my ear. I held Toko, still desperately clinging to me with all her strength, in my embrace and continued to shower her with kisses. We hugged each other, kissed, cried, and occasionally exchanged a word or two. And so we spent the night together, holding each other in our arms till morning came. Dot, dot, and then dot. Alright, it's morning. Okay. Enough of that. Alright, well, she's back to her usual self. That's good. Ah, wait a second. Just a moment. Hold up. Oh man, I almost... sorry about that. Ah, wait a second. Just a moment.
何よ、おさむくん。急がないと遅刻しちゃう。
Please take these charms with you. I collected them from the temple around Shusen last Sunday.
この上5つも？カバンの中に38個入ってるのに。
You can still fit some more in there, right? Just put some strength into it.
代わりに筆記用具を抜いたらね。
A few days later, I was seeing the high-spirited Toko off to her exams. I swore never to make her unhappy again, but that was probably not the point right now. Anyway, are those writing supplies in perfect condition? Did you prepare 5 pencils and make sure they were all sharpened? Also, did you remember to bring multiple erasers?
大丈夫だよ。いざとなったら試験官の人だって貸してくれるってば。
Are you calm? Do you feel perfectly okay?
そっちも大丈夫。だって、おさむくんが毎日。
You've been doing what, Mitoko? Clarify what y'all been doing for the past few days up until the exam. Please clarify what y'all been doing. Tutoring. Yeah, I suppose I did that a lot this week.
教えてくれてるよね。
Oh
いろい
my.
ろとためになる。
What different things, man.
まあここでおさむくんから勝ってても遅刻するだけか。それじゃあ今度こそ行ってきます。
Do your best, but remember to stay calm. Also, even if you end up messing things up, don't let it get to you.
その時はおさむくんに一生面倒見てもらうから大丈夫だよ。
You can still take regular exams later. It also would have been nice if she didn't shout all those suggestive things at the top of her lungs. Hell, half the town could probably hear it loud and clear.
おさむくんの方こそ覚悟しときなよ。あたし間違いなく合格するからね。
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
そしたら結論出すんだよ。どっちか選ぶんだよ。
Oh,
ちゃんと覚えてるかな。
he still has to choose? Okay, run along now.
はーい。愛してるよ、おさむくん。
And she's just gonna scream that out loud. Toko! At least she made sure it sounded like a joke. But I knew she meant every single word. Good luck! Good luck, Toko! Well, she's happy now. That's all that matters. Hinosaka Mitoko, a third-year student at Shinomiya Academy. This exam was her final trial as a member of that school, and that first step towards her ultimate goal, the special scholarship examination at Shusen Preparatory. Yeah. Good luck, my beloved Toko. Dot, dot, and then dot. Okay, did you fail or did you pass? Which is it, Mitoko? I don't know if I should click. Okay, I'm gonna give it like 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna click. Okay, what the? Alright. Whatever. And there's fucking Rinko. I was hoping not to see her again, but here she is. Ah, Miss Hasegawa. It's been a while. When Miss Hasegawa, who's been standing by the gate, saw me, she awkwardly shifted her gaze to the ground for some reason. She never really gave me the impression of being a shy person. I thought you didn't have school on Saturdays.
自主補習受けてるんで。
Now that I think about it, you haven't come over in a while. Then again, you're busy with exams and everything, so duh.
それもあるけど、絶好中なんで。
え？
旦那さんこそどうしたんです今日は。どこは今日合格発表だから来てないですよ。
I know that.
そうですか。
Her exams wrapped up a week ago. As soon as she came back, she gave me a peace sign and jumped into my arms. I was sure Mr. Retired and the others were slowly noticing the change in Mina and Toko's behavior, but they weren't saying anything and instead continued treating us like they always did. I wonder if their antisocial way of life made them more tolerant to whatever Toko decided to get involved with, or if this development was too far even for them to make jokes of. Only Miss Kaya became noticeably colder when interacting with me.
じゃあ、河野先生ですか？呼んできましょうか。
No need. I arrived a bit early anyways.
本当に先生目当てなんだ。
We have something important to discuss. There was no classes on Saturdays, so I only spotted a handful of students and teachers on campus, which also led to the two of us sticking out like sore thumbs as we stood by the gate.
職員室に案内しましょうか。寒いでしょ？
It's okay, I'm an outsider. Besides, it's not a topic that should be discussed at school. Toko's exam results will be announced today. It was a day of judgment that would decide whether she gets her scholarship or has to take a step back and sit the usual set of exams with everyone else. You'll have to choose one of us. And the day I had to make my decision. In my inability to handle the emotions hurled at me by a girl I needed to look after, I ran to Asami. Will she be exasperated or outright disgusted to hear me admit that? And to top it all off, I sought advice from the very people I would have to choose from. She would be irritated for sure, but I also had a feeling that she would help me figure this whole thing out. After all, one would be hard-pressed to find a woman more caring than Asami. Besides, Asami never said she'd be choosing me. It seemed like she was satisfied with the ambiguous relationship we had and preferred it over returning to me officially. The more I thought about it, the stranger it became. I was worried about my inability to understand Toko's feelings, but I probably understood Asami's even less. Stop! Someone please stop them! What was up with that reaction of mine? But I kind of have an important appointment? Oh, the teacher's here. You should probably ask Miss Koeno about math.
論理的思考で証明できる定理じゃないんです、これは。何しろ頂点の一つは他の二つに比べてあまりに小さくて。
吉村治さんですよね。
Oh. I'm pretty sure points can't have size or area.
Y 座標が145センチメートルくらいでして。で、大きい方の点が189センチでしたっけ。
And they're upright ignoring the teacher, huh?
ちょっとお話があるんですが。
No, I'm pretty sure the lowest y coordinate is still 144 centimeters. I believe you have been fed false information.
見え張ったって伸びるわけでもないのにね。
すいません、こっちの話を聞いてください。
松本先生。
Matsumoto? Who's that? Isn't that? I felt like I knew that young silky-haired teacher from somewhere. And here's Asami.
あら、河野先生はまだ帰られないんですか？
その予定だったんですけどね。一人合格発表の連絡待ちでして。
もう発表ですか？もしかして終戦大夫の。
日野坂さんの特待試験の結果がもう発表あったはずなんですけど。
日野坂さんなら大丈夫でしょ。成績も申し分ないし、しっかりしてるし、何より真面目で礼儀正しいし。
私に対してももうちょっと礼儀をわきまえてほしいけど。
Poor Asami.
なんなら私が代わりに連絡待ちましょうか。どうせまだ仕事残ってますし。
でもそれは。
だって彼氏と待ち合わせなんでしょ。さっき校門で背の高い男の人がうろうろ。
まったくもうランドマークは。
ほらほら、行ってらっしゃいな。日野坂さんから報告あったら携帯に連絡入れますから。
いえ、やめておきます。後で変に考えられても嫌だし。
誰に？
真面目で礼儀正しい模範生にです。
河野先生、河野先生いる？
What, is the teacher fighting Osamu now?
長谷川さん？
こら、廊下を走らないの。それに補習も終わったはずでしょ。いつまそれどころじゃない。それどころじゃないんだってば。
What's happening?
どうしたの？何か事故でもあった？
もしかして校門前の不審者？あれなら河野先生の彼氏で。
小川先生
そんなの知ってるって先生、吉村さんが旦那さんが。
What happened to Osamu?
旦那さんだったの？
おさむがどうかしたの？
松本先生と取っ組み合いの喧嘩始めちゃったのよ。
Oh my.
早く止めて。
They're fighting.
なんだっつって。
What's going on? What happened? Alright. Dot. And there's a phone call. Oh, yep, they're definitely fighting. They're just out in the wastelands here, huh?
おさむ、
Ah, she saw me.
どうなってるのよこれ。
As I was lying face up on the ground in the middle of the schoolyard, I tried my best, but I still ended up being as useless as ever. And the worst part of it,
泣いてるの。
and he's crying. Ugh, I didn't want her to see.
私、松本先生を探してきます。
I didn't manage to land a single punch, and I threw so many of them.
どうして。
松本先生に連れてかれて、校庭の隅っこで話し込んでたと思ったら、
Oh,
そしたらいきなり旦那さんが怒り出して。
Osamu got angry?
え、
For what? Miss Hasegawa's statement described everything that happened.
先に手を出したのも旦那さんで、でも全部避けられて、それで今度は殴り返されて、そしたらそっちは全部命中して。
当たり前じゃない。生まれてこの子と喧嘩したことないのよこの人。
うん、本当にそんな感じだった。松本先生とじゃ最初から勝負にならなくて。
It was frustrating. But not because I ate a few punches, and certainly not because of this whole fight. The words he said set me off.
おさむ、あ、おさむ、しっかりして。今保健室に運ぶからね。
It's okay. I'm fine.
そんなわけないでしょ。だってあなた立てもしないじゃない。
No, it's not that.
おさむ、
It was a certain thing I didn't know about. Something she never told me. Asami, why didn't you tell me?
もしかして聞いちゃった。
I knew the answer to my own question, but
私が子供作れないって聞いちゃったんだ、おさむ。
oh shit. Damn. I couldn't remember what I said afterwards. All I knew was that the sadness and frustration that took hold of me then far exceeded any of the physical pain. My phone began to ring, but its tune sounded distant, almost like it came from a different world altogether.
ただいま電話に出ることができません。発信音の後にメッセージをお願いします。
おさむくん、どこです？そのやったー、合格だよ、特待生だよ。
Well, at least Minako got her scholarship, so yay! I guess that's good. Alright, and there's Mr. I forgot, Musugumama or Musugumama? I'm afraid I don't quite understand.
ということはあなたもご存知なかったんですか。
Is this why he dropped a date with her? Aware? Surely this must be some sort of a mistake.
間違いないですよ。更新所の調査で分かったんです。
You hired a detective. Okay, that's just going a little too far. A detective? Why on earth would you do such a thing?
自分の妻になるかもしれない女性のことですよ。きちんと調べるのは当然です。
I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Matsu, whatever your fucking name is, that is some weird ass behavior to be doing. But you're the one who proposed to her in the first place.
本人に確かめたらあっさり認めましたよ。しらばっくれるかと思ったけど意外でした。危うく騙されるところでした。不妊症だなんて全く。
What the fuck is wrong? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hold myself back, but holy fuck, this guy is a piece of shit. This guy needs to get on out of this fucking school. Holy shit.
離婚歴があることも年上ということも僕にとっては問題じゃなかった。そんなに心の狭い男じゃないつもりです。
I suddenly started to feel as if my vision was failing me.
けれど子供ができないというのでは致命的だ。そんな結婚うちの両親が認めてくれるはずがない。
I could hear what he was saying to me, but the meaning behind his words seemed to go in one ear and out the other.
僕は次男でしてね、家は継がなくてもいいんですが、その代わり一国一城の主として僕が家族を盛り立てていかなくちゃならない。
His words continued going through my head, and yet I had neither comprehension of nor empathy for any of them.
なのに子供が作れないなんて、年を取っても夫婦二人きりなんてありえないですよ。
Then why the fuck are you even talking to Isamu in the first place? You should just leave them both alone. She can't have children?
家庭を持って子供を産んで育てて、そうしたらおさむは普通に子供好きの私が望むお父さんになれるかな。
そりゃあ最近は共働きだのセックスレスだので子供を作らない家庭が増えているのは知っています。
Asami said she'll show me what it was like to have a normal home to call your own, to love your children. She wanted to teach me all about the true bliss of living for one's family, about a future filled only with happiness.
でもね、そういうのは間違ってると思うんですよ。少なくとも教育者としてはね。
Wrong? Did he mean what Asami was trying to do? The future she'd envisioned for us?
教育って学校だけじゃない、家庭だって重要なんです。だって自分の子供に愛を注げないのに他人の子供を導けるはずがないですよね。
No, that wasn't it. This idiot in front of me wasn't just denying something which was already set in stone.
だから僕も教育者である以上、愛情ある家庭を作りたい。自分の子供にしっかり愛を注げる親でもありたいんです。
He was denying Asami herself, someone who had been forced to live with this exact problem, labeling her very existence as wrong. And in looking for a scapegoat where there was none to be found, he was ignoring the difference in meaning between being unable to and not wanting to.
本当、今回は勉強になりましたよ。僕もまだまだ若いって思い知らされました。
Asami dreams being shattered into pieces, and the foolish thing she'd done is in response to that. He was trying to deny all of it. How?
すいません、愚痴を聞いてもらっちゃって。けれど同じ境遇のあなたなら分かっていただけるかと、全く危うく騙されるところで。
I don't know why he would go out of his way to tell Osamu this. Like, what are you getting? What are you gaining from this? Telling him all this? How the...
え、なんです？
How the fuck is that Asami's fault? And that's the end of the chapter, because it says my love is NG. Chapter 14.
第14話
Oh. The decision of
夫と父と
husband,
男の決断
father, and man. And of course it's Buntaro starting off this fucking chapter. Alright, well... I think that's a good stopping point for today's video. I screamed a little too loud, so hopefully my my roommates don't get mad. But if you like today's video, don't forget to drop a like. If you have any comments or suggestions, comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to be on the lookout for the next The Most Forbidden Love in the World video, the next Amagami video, the next Rondo Leaflet video, and that one random video that I'm still not sure if I want to record or not, but I'm most likely about to record in 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, as always everyone, thank you for watching, take care of yourselves, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Actually, I need to save before I click any button.